First, hello everybody. Good evening. Selamat malam. I am by name Machar. Uh, I'm a student of Nusa Putra University, like you can see here. A past year students doing informatic engineering. So today I'm going to explain one of the subject which is cost algorithm and data structure. One of the topic. I'm going to explain a quick sort. So it is one of the sorting topics in algorithm and data structure. So by today, I'm going to explain because I've taken a quick sort. So this is one of the topic that I'm going to explain today. Uh, in the first place, I will define what a quick sort is, and I will give one example of a quick sort, and I will try my best to explain it so that we make it understand. So before we start that, I will show it how it work and using the last element as the pivot. So a quick sort sometime is just an arrangement of numbers and you see how you arrange them to be starting from the ascending to the ascending order. It is the same with a bubble sort, but they have a kind of a different in it because there are more than six sorting topics, and they have slight small difference, so they can't be the same. So there was a bubble sort that I did this last week, and for this week I will do what is called a quick sort. So a quick sort is one of the topics that you see when you are given a numbers. You first see that list of a number, how many numbers they have given you, and you see such that you just choose your pivots because it is an arrangement that you take. You first see the numbers which are bigger, and there are some numbers to be smaller. So you see the numbers which are greater than the number that you choose to be your pivots, and you see the numbers which are less than the number that you choose to be your pivots. So if you get that kind of a numbers that are less than your pivots, if you write your pivot down, you take those numbers which are less than your pivot to the left hand side, and also the numbers which are bigger than or larger than the number that you choose as your pivot, you take them to the right hand side so of your pivot. So that's how we do a quick sort, and that's how quick sort work. Whenever you choose a pivot, it doesn't matter which kind of a number that you will choose as your pivot. If you have zero among the numbers, make sure you choose zero. But I don't think so, because if you choose zero, you are going to have all those numbers at your left, at your right hand side, because there is no more number which is less than zero. So because the number that you choose, you make sure it doesn't matter if you have numbers and you have a bigger number, like you have 10, which is the biggest number among the numbers, and you choose 10 to be your pivot, you will make sure all the numbers will be in front of 2 at your left hand side, because they will be in front of 10, because it is 10 which is the bigger number. But if you choose any kind of a number which is going to be between all those numbers, there will be some numbers to the right which are greater than the number that you choose. There will be some numbers which will be to the left because they are less than the number that you choose. That's what we call a pivot. So a pivot is a number that you just selected randomly. You just choose, you write it down. So then you consider the first step, you see the numbers which are less than that number, you bring them in front of the number. You see the numbers which are greater than that number, you take them to the right hand side of that number. So, and that's how we make it. So I will show how it works using the last element as in my pivot. So today what I'm going to do, I'll just list some numbers down and I will choose the last number as my pivot. It doesn't matter. If you choose the first number as your pivot, it is up to you. If you choose the middle number to be your pivot, it is up to you. If you choose the last number as your pivot, any kind of a number that you choose, it is going to work. So as per me today, I'm going to choose the last number to be my pivot, and I will show you how it works. I will give you one example, and I'm going to explain how it is and how I solve it, which is the simplest and the most common method. So a pivots, all, let me say, all the sorting topics sometime they can give you maybe some good minutes to sort them, because you can't just rush by writing the numbers down from the smallest to the largest, but we follow the step that you can delay sometime a bit. So let's continue by saying what is a quick sort. So let me try to give one example of how one to explain what a quick sort is. So I'm going to define a quick sort exactly how it is. So a quick sort is a sorting algorithm that use or divide a quantity. You see, so it is said that a quick sort algorithm is used to divide and conquer. What do I mean by that? Like I said before, if you choose a number, there will be some numbers at the right hand side and there will be some numbers at your left hand side. It means that that period have divided the list of the numbers into two parts. There will be a biggest numbers and there will be smallest numbers, and that's what we call a quicksort. So it works by choosing a period. You see here, it works by choosing a period. A period is, like I explained before, a period is any kind, a random number that you choose and you write it down. You consider which numbers are less than that number. So, and you split the array into two parts. You split them. Splitting basically mean you get the numbers which are larger or numbers which are greater than, you take them to the right. The numbers which are less than, you split them into two parts. So I have explained the numbers which are smaller than the period will be written down at the left hand side, and the numbers which are larger the period will be written down at the right hand side of your periods. Let's continue. I will give you one example how it works. The first step that we choose the first step that you have to choose when you want to make a sorting of a quick sort. So the first thing is here we use the last number. Like I said before, I'm going to choose the last number. So here we use the last number. So move the smallest numbers to the left, small numbers to the left, less numbers to the left, move larger numbers to the right. The numbers which are greater than the period, you take them to the right. So we repeat the process on both sides, both right and left, so until it is sorted. Let me give one example here. Let's continue. So it is here. Example of quick sort, these are the numbers that I've chosen, and I'm going to explain. I will give example of this is the example of it, and now I'm going to explain how it works. So, like in my array here, if you see, I have 8, I have 3, I have 1, I have 7, I have 0, and I have 10. How many numbers do I have here? We just count. The first thing you count the numbers that you have. Like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As we can see here, we have 7 numbers. So I have 8, 3, 1, 7, 0, 10, and 2. So whenever you want to make a quick sort, here, the first thing that you're going to do, you choose any random number to be your period. Either you choose 8. If you choose 8, you write 8 down and you see which numbers are less than 8. If you see that, you're going to get 3 which is less than 8, and 1, 0, 2. Those numbers which are less than 8, you will write them in front of 8, and there are some numbers which will be bigger than 8. It will be only one number which will be bigger than 8, which is 10, and 10 will be at the right hand side of your period because you choose 8. If you choose 3, you will make sure that there will be 0 and 1, 2 which will be in front of 3, and the rest of the numbers will be at the right hand side of 3 because they are greater than the number that you choose. If you choose 0, to be your period, all the numbers all the numbers will be at the right hand side because there is no number which is less than 0 to be in front of 0. So it is 0 will be in front. But if you choose 10 here, all numbers will be in front at the left hand side because there is a number which is greater than 10 anymore here in this list. So as per me today, I'm going to choose the last number, which is 2, as my period. And if I choose 2, the first step that I'm going to see, I will see the numbers which are less than 2. So, and if I consider it here to see the numbers which are less than 2 here, I will write them in at the left hand side in front of 2. So I will have 1 and 0, and then I will write them down in front of 2. So at the right hand side, I will have 8, 3, 7, 10 because they are greater than 2. So if you make it like that, then you write 2 down. The numbers which are less than, you write them in front. The numbers which are higher than, you take them to the right. You see that list, but you make sure that list is not sorted. You will just see, you first consider, you check it again, because if you just write it down like that and then you leave it, sometimes it might be wrong, but sometimes if it is sorted, then you need to check again. So here I have 1 and I have 0, I have 2, which are the numbers which are at my left hand side. The numbers which are at my right hand side, I have 8, I have 3, I have 7, and I have 10. So here, if I consider this, I have 1 and I have 0 at my left hand side. My left hand side is not sorted. To see your right hand side, it is not sorted because my numbers are mixed. So here, if you have two numbers, only two numbers at your left hand side, they are only two. You have 1 and 0. So here, what you do, you want to sort those two numbers, you sort them. You take 0 as your last number to be your period again. You compare 0 with 1. 0 and 1, 1 is greater than 0, and you have a greater number in front of a number, you make sure that great number will be behind. So we are going to take 0 in front of 1 because it is less than 1. So the left hand side is going to have 0 and 1. At the left hand side we are going to have 0 and 1. So let's go to the left hand side. We have 8, 3, 10, 7 and 10. So here it is not sorted because it is mixed. So if I consider my previous, or I take the last number again to be 10. So here all numbers are less than 10 and it is not going to sort it. If you compare 8, 8 is less than 10. It is also going to be in front of 10. You have 3, 3 is less than 10. This is also going to be at the left hand side of 10. Also 7. So now here let's leave 7. Let's leave 10. We compare 7 as our last number. Let's consider with 7. You compare 8 with 7. 8 is greater than 7. You see that. So, and you have that 8 is greater than 7. So the sort is going to be, so you're going to take 8 behind and you bring 7 in front of 3. You take 7, you take 8 where 7 was, such that it is going to be sorted. Now again, you compare 3. You compare 3 with 7. So here 7 is also greater than 3. So again, you bring 3 in front, you take 7 behind where 7 was. So the sorting is going to be 3, 7, 8, and 10. So the final result is going to give us 0 and 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 10. So you see this sorting, it is already sorted and there are no mixed numbers. The numbers which were greater than 2 are at the right hand side, and the numbers which were less than 2 are still at the left hand side. And you see the list is automatically sorted, and that is the final answer. So the part that I'm going to give now, it is a Java coding part. And for here, when you need to write it down as a Java coding part, so the first step you do, it is a static boil quick sort. You input it, you put the array, you input the lowest numbers at the left hand side, you input the highest numbers at your right hand side. If low numbers are less than the highest numbers, then you just make a sorting, you quick sort just in a Java. So you input, which is equal to partitions, array, lows and high, the quick sort, you array, low partitions minus 1, a quick sort, you array pix plus, like I explained before, that's how it works. The more you get a pseudocode, or let me say it a pseudocode. So this is a Java, but the first thing you do, maybe you just see as a quick sort, you first write them down, you do it, then you enter them into a Java coding. So salam alaikum, and this is where I'm going to end. So thank you for watching. So this is going to be the end of my explanation, and sometime maybe if I have to explain it again, then I will try maybe again. So I will say thank you here. Terima kasih. My name is Majar, and I'm going to stop here. Thank you.